you guys have been really good in terms of goal prevention the last couple games, and I know Tristan Jarry is a big piece of it, but it's not the only piece. Just what additionally do you feel like you guys are doing well as a team to keep the puck out of your net?
I just think the players are playing hard. They're committed to playing defense, and it's collective effort. And when we have that collective effort and support one another in how we defend and our play away from the puck, and it boils down to a lot of details. It's knowing what your responsibilities are, and then it's going out and executing. And so I think our collective effort and our commitment to defending has been really strong. You know, having said that, I thought the last game we played was a little bit looser than we would prefer, but certainly it didn't hurt us in that particular game. But that's a lesson I think we've got to take moving forward.
The Islanders are in a bit of a slump, having lost their last 7. But what kind of a challenge does that team still present?
They're a good team. You know, they've gone through a little bit of a struggle, but they're a very good team, and we expect it to be a really difficult game. And you know, we've all been in those circumstances where, you know, you've lost a handful of games, or you got a number of guys out of the lineup, and you know, we went through a fairly long stretch in the season where we had a lot of guys out of the lineup as well, and you're trying to find ways to compete, and so I would envision this being an emotionally charged game, and a game that we're going to have to fight for every inch out there.
Speaking of health and losing guys to COVID, we talked to Brian Doolin a minute ago, and he was talking about, you know, coming back from COVID, even still not being 100% initially, I guess. How about your first team experience? Does that give you any kind of a different perspective on what some of these guys are going through, and does that maybe shape some of your decision making at all now with that first-hand knowledge?
Sure it does. I mean, I have a newfound respect for this virus after my own personal experience and what I went through, and you know, I hope that people do everything within their power not to get it, because it affects everyone differently, as we know, and but I have a newfound respect for the virus after what I went through. What I do think, and I believe this strongly, is that the vaccinations at least help mitigate some of the severity of the virus. And you know, we've had some experiences with our team, myself included, where it's hit some guys harder than others. But no one, you know, to this point, we're all grateful for that, got to, you know, severe circumstances, and hopefully that's, you know, the vaccines give us some protection from that. But I, without question, have a newfound respect for it, and certainly we're trying to do everything as a team within our power to try to mitigate the risk as best we can.
You said you're expecting an emotional game from the Islanders. Are you expecting any emotions to maybe carry over from how the playoffs ended last season?
Well, I'm sure, you know, I'm sure everyone wants to, you know, wants to perform well, and that memory is certainly in everybody's mind. And so, you know, having said that, you know, our approach is we're trying to win that one game right in front of us, regardless of who our opponent is. We're trying to win that game right in front of us, and we're going to do everything within our power to try to accomplish that. We've got to make sure the focus is on our team and the certain level of urgency that we need to play with in order to set ourselves up for success. And then it's just a matter of commitment and buying into the team concept and execution when we have opportunities. So that's our approach. That's always been our approach. That's how we're going to approach it tonight.
Well, just Danton Heinen, one more goal and he'll match his total of last year. What do you feel like has enabled him to fit in so seamlessly and have so much success so quickly with his team?
It's probably a better question for him than me, but what I will say is that I think, you know, I think he has good offensive instincts. I think the strengths of his game lend to the style of play that we're trying to play. You know, he sees the ice really well. I think he has the ability to pass the puck. He can change the point of attack, which helps our team speed. He skates well. He has good offensive instincts, and he's shown an ability to finish when he gets in the scoring area. So, you know, we're certainly real encouraged with the start that he's had, and we're hopeful that he'll continue to play that consistent game for us.
Who's in net? Who's in net?
Tristan.